Floyd, but no, it's definitely not the same. The thing is, Canelo at the end of his career, they're not going to say, oh, Canelo was like Floyd. Well, he's a Mexican fighter. He don't speak English for a start. And I'm not holding that against him, and I love the Mexican fighters. But Roberto Duran and some of the South American fighters, some of my favorite fighters. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters as well. But it's just not the same. It hasn't been the same. But hopefully it could be Jared Ennis, could be Boots. But, you look at Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, Bob talks about Terence Crawford not being that pay-per-view star. We're not going to get Terence Crawford at 31 years of age and go, start acting like Floyd Mayweather to boost the pay-per-view. It was already instilled in Floyd at a young age. He had a plan all the way through. Yep. You know what I mean? Terence ain't going to do that. Errol Spence is sleepy eye. I'm from Dallas, I love Errol. He's my dog. He's probably my favorite fighter. You're not going to change Errol Spence. No. Canelo, hey, fuck off. Fuck you, amigo. You're not going to change him as well. So who right now is the Floyd Mayweather? When you really break it down in boxing, who right now is the Floyd Mayweather of today's boxing? Well, Gervonta Davis is a pay-per-view star. His last fight against Azar Cruz did 64,000 pay-per-view buys. Floyd never did that. So you can't say he's like Floyd. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's different.
He has a lot of – Floyd invested a lot of time and effort into Gervonta, and I feel like Gervonta's still proven. I bet he's a hell of a fighter. I know that.
100%.
I don't call a lot of fighters like, oh, that's my boy, yeah, that's the guy, There's only been one dude that I'm like, yeah, I wear his stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's my man right there, and that's Floyd. And
yeah,
the Money Team, and he made it from the bottom all the way to the top. And
I'm gonna show you something. This is rare, bro. This is going to be on your channel. You need to have a look at this.
Shit. That's legit, bro.
Yeah, you can't get this anymore, bro.
No, bro. That was like, damn.
You can't even get it. No one's got it. Well, there's a few people that got it. So on this has all Floyd's famous quotes over the years.
Wow.
So it'll say something like, I'll read a few out. So it'll say, nothing cool about taking punishment. I'll be back, anything. I credit myself to my richest man in the world. It talks about you have to protect yourself at all times. I think I should get a job, she said. There's all these different quotes in here, like never judge a book by its cover. Then you got up here, everything I do is to grow mentally. There's so many different quotes on this. Induct their business. I haven't took no punishment. There's nothing cool about getting beat up in the sport of boxing. There's so many different quotes in this. This is dope, bro. When I get buried, this is opening in the casket.
That's dope right there, bro. I love that shit. And I always like to rewatch like his old press conferences. What he would say. When he was Pretty Boy to fighting, now as Money May and the Money Man. I still love that one quote that he said. Oscar, like,
oh yeah,
call me the Golden Boy. I beat everyone on your whole team.
Yeah.
He goes, from what I'm saying, like, and he goes, I'm fly. He goes, I'm fly. He goes, I'm young, I'm fly, I'm flashy, I'm rich. Damn, life is good. See you September 14th.
Yeah, and beat him. And what people don't realize there with Floyd, it was a close fight. And I love Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is one of the all-time greats. But then Oscar De La Hoya was sitting at around about 165 pounds when he entered the ring. Floyd was, I know it was a super welterweight, but Floyd was flat out coming up in weight, bro. Like there was no way that Floyd was over 152 pounds for that fight. He was probably giving away at least, probably more, probably 20 pounds at least. You know what I mean? Here's another one. What's he say? Anything up, true champion. A true champion can adapt to anything. That's true.
It is.
Man, there's so many quotes on that. Once I'm in that square circle, it's all about me and him. Man, there's a lot of shit. I want to be the richest man in the world of boxing. Well, you did that. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. There it is, bro.
Exactly. Numbers don't lie. And I still get that. I still get people telling me every day, oh, what if Floyd fought Canelo again? And
He beat him again.
did he really beat Canelo? Would he have beat him? Would he have beat him again if they did that fight years ago? If they redid that fight, they did a rematch. But Floyd clearly beat him on the scorecards, beat him talking, beat him in all the cards.
Look, like I said before, I had that fight 11 rounds to 1. I only give Canelo 1 round. I think it's like round number, I think it's 10. I think Canelo is the fighter of today because of that. You know what I mean? And I think Tiafoe will be the same from George. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, fighters go through losses in their careers. It's not a bad thing. Hagler went through it. Ali went through it. Tyson went through it. There's so many. And this is where I don't diss Floyd, but I look at it like, every boxer wants to be 40 or 38-0 or 50-0. Some of the greatest boxers of all time, you know what I mean? My 5 favorite fighters, 4 of them have taken losses. You know what I mean? They're not all Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? Terence Crawford could fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence could beat him in a close decision. Terence Crawford could beat him, come back in the next fight, beat Errol Spence. Terence Crawford will still go down as one of the all-time welterweight world champions in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? But getting back to Canelo, Canelo, you're going to be one of the greatest fighters of all time, but it's okay to take a loss. But he learned so much from that.
He did, really did. And he took a lot from Floyd, like we said. And it's been crazy. It's been crazy to see where boxing's at now and see where it's going in the future. Always got to show love to my boys in Texas here in San Antonio.
100%.
Always, the Franco Rodriguez, Bam, got his first world title this past weekend. Sure, I'm excited for him. I'm really excited for them. And they're giving Texas, they're giving San Antonio champions.
Yeah.
True champions. And I can't knock I can't knock Mario. Barrios, he did real good.
Oh, incredible, bro.
I feel like he did real good, but at the very beginning of the fight, right before the fight started, I looked over at my brother-in-law and I said, "Yeah, I know Mario's your boy," because they go into school together.
Yeah.
And I said, I know Mario is your boy, but Thurman is about to make Mario famous. And he was like, "What do you mean by that?" And I was like the great Undertaker once said,
"Yeah,
I'm gonna make you famous." And that's exactly what he took from that. And I think he's gotten a lot. He had to lose to Tank to get kind of.
He was winning the fight though. He was winning the fight.
Yeah, he had to lose to Tank in that fight just to get humbled. He looked totally different walking out to that Thurman fight.
100%.
His facial reaction looked totally different. He looked more serious. He wasn't jumping around.
Yeah, he was zoned in for Thurman.
So I felt like that fight could have been way better, but I really felt like that fight was good.
Carlito, late in that fight, there was a couple of monumental moments. If you really watch it from a boxing analyst point of view, reporter, whatever you want to do in the sport of boxing, watch round 10 and round 11 in that fight. Thurman even said it today to some reporter. He said, that boy punches hard, that left rip to the body. Barrios had Thurman in trouble in round 10 and 11. He nearly stopped him a couple of times.
Yeah. He stumbled.
This is the thing where I give Barrios some respect. I give Tank more respect. Barrios is a 140-pounder stepping up to 147, fighting one of the best welterweights in the last 15 years at his weight.
Yep.
Bro, that was courageous. That was monumental. And Barrios, you've taken 2 losses, but man, when your career's said and done, you'll look back at those 2 red crosses. I lost to Gervonta Davis. I was winning the fight. Gervonta Davis is a Hall of Famer. Keith Thurman, he's a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Keith Thurman is 2-time former world champion. You know what I mean? 1 time, give it up. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. You know what I mean? Lost to Pacquiao, obviously, 2 years ago. But Barrios, man, hold your head high. Hold your head very high. You know what I mean? Mixed it. My personal opinion is I thought the game plan was wrong for Thurman. That's just my opinion. I thought his whole game plan for Thurman was wrong. The way he tried to fight Thurman in the first couple of rounds, he was trying to chase Thurman. Thurman was walking him onto some shots. When the fight really started in round 7, 8, 9, that's when Barrios started to come into his effect. It was a good fight, though. It was a good fight.
Real good fight.
All the way. Are we going out tonight? All the way. I'ma chug the bottle, chug it all the way. Made it this far, make it.